Mild spoilers are present in this episode.
Third World Cinema Club.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Third World Cinema Club. I'm John Tawasil from Present Confusion.
I'm Princess
I'm Jim.
Ay, sorry.
Nawala ka kasi. Sige, ikaw na. Go ahead, Seth.
Hindi, may electric fan.
Hindi na kayo
kasi.
sanay.
Nawala siya bigla doon sa frame.
May electric fan kasi. May electric fan. O, game. Ikaw na.
I am Jim.
I'm Princess Kino of Film Police Reviews. Jim, tagasan ka? Sabi.
Taga saan ka, Jim?
Taga Malabon po. Sure! I am Jim of Jimmy Licolat. Diba pa?
Sorry po.
Taga Malabon biglang sumayaw eh. Wala akong sumayaw. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Cinema.
translator pa, spoiler alert.
Cinema. One city to the world.
Mamaya pa po yung AVP natin. So anyway, Q Cinemas coming up next week from this recording. And gusto namin sanang pag-usapan muna bago tayo sumabak dun sa festival na yon. Kung
Yes.
ano,
Sasabak na po kami
sumabak
ulit.
talaga. Totoo ba yun?
Ay, si Pong.
Ah,
Sorry. Na-distract ako.
Shirtless. Oo.
Shirtless.
Nagulat po ako.
Jay, baka bumiva Max yan bigla, Ses, ha? Ako, Mahjong nights tayo dito, ha?
Ilagyan mo ng ano yun dyan, ah. Insert mo na ito yung sa mata ni Jim.
Wow!
Careless whisper.
Careless whisper. Baka makapiright tayo.
Ay, oo nga.
Charot. So,
Anyways.
anyway, ayun, sasabak tayo in the future sa Q Cinema. May mga episodes tayo for that. So, watch out for that. Kasi wala kami screeners nun, di ba? So, kailangan talaga. Ano tayo? Wala tayo screeners eh.
Oh.
Anin ko ba ang screeners ng memorya? Hindi naman sila napapalabas ng screeners ng memorya, di ba?
True.
So, yun.
Guys, hello.
Oh my God.
Si Jim, oh. Minaano si Jim, oh.
Tatawa ako. Okay.
Charot. Ayun. So anyway, what have you watched recently? So a show, TV series, or whatever that you have watched recently and comment about it. So, ayan. Sino gustong mauna? Guys.
Ikaw na, Jim.
Oh, Jim, ikaw. What have you watched
Ako
recently?
talaga.
Pinagtulungan.
Actually, wala akong masyado napanood. Ang last na panood ko 2 weeks ago yata ay Shang-Chi. Sorry guys. Nanood ako ng Shang-Chi.
VPN naman siya.
Oh, VP, ano?
VPN.
Shang-Chi. Ayun. Di kasi ako fan ng mga alam niyo yung mga superheroes. But I enjoyed Shang-Chi. No. Of course, MVP ng film sina Tony Leung, Michelle Yeoh and Kingsley. Ayun. With the film, I enjoy it kasi merong representation ng Asian when it comes to mga superhero movies, 'di ba? Kasi usually yan yung madalas na kinikriticize yung mga white actors, 'di ba? White male characters, white female characters. At least with Shang-Chi, may mga Asian characters nang represented. Kasi before, Black Panther with Black American or mga African American characters, nag-pave na yun eh. So with Shang-Chi, ito naman with Asian. Now, regarding naman with Simu Liu and Awkwafina, maganda yung nila, chemistry nila as si Awkwafina ay sidekick ni Simu Liu. When it comes to the visual special effects, technically speaking, maganda din. Actually, mas maganda siyang panoorin sa sine Ayun, just like Dune. 'Di ba kung nasa sine, kung available na or showing na sa cinema, watch it in cinema kasi better siyang panoorin sa cinema ayun. Although syempre if papapiliin mo ako between Shang-Chi and Short Term 12 kasi 'di ba yung director ng Short Term 12 siya rin yung director ng Shang-Chi. I will choose Short Term 12. Ayun. Although overall okay naman yung film.
Okay. Yun. Ses, ikaw.
Sorry. Tulalay, no? Gusto kong malaman. Joke. Ang dami tanong. Joke. Ayun. So, sa akin naman, yun. Sorry. Sa akin naman, it's ang napanood ko recently was I Am You. Syempre directed ng ating friend of the pod na si Direk Dwayne Baltazar, starring Julia Barreto, Tony Labrusca, and many other idea first talents. Yes, idea first talents. Yun. So, actually, 2020 pa ito pinalabas. Tapos, napanood ko na siya sa I Want. Kung saan siya una nag-premiere before as a TV mini-series. But now, it's actually showing on Netflix. So, one season lang siya, 7 episodes. Tapos, it's about this girl, si Elise, who meets a doppelganger of hers. So, kamukhang-kamukha niya, named Rose. Chance encounter lang siya. Parang Elise was in a tragedy or she was trying to get over something. Tapos, na-meet niya si Rose all of a sudden. Tapos yun, syempre, usually, pagka nakakamit tayo ng doppelganger, horror siya. Alam mo yun, parang hindi mo akalain na meron kang kamukha in other parts of the world or the country, ganyan. So dito, they took upon the chance to really embark on a very mysterious thriller sense na there's something more to Rose than her looks, being similar to Elise. So, 7 episodes lang siya at parang 20 minutes each lang per episode. So, it's very interesting to see. Hindi ko gets actually bakit gano'n siya kaiksi. Pero feeling ko kasi nga it's a mini series and somehow it's sort of touches into yung attention span usually ng mga Pinoy. Alam yun, parang they had to find a middle ground to tell the story. And it actually works somehow kasi parang kahit 7 episodes lang siya, tututukan mo talaga siya kasi maliban sa maganda yung direction and gusto ko yung lighting and cinematography dito na talagang very, very dark siya pero ang pristine nung kulay tapos nung shots per take. Personally, syempre, not many people like Julia Barreto. Pero ako, dito, medyo nagustuhan ko yung acting niya. Pero I have to commend mostly yung storya. Kasi feeling ko kung one-sided lang siya na, she's just this normal young girl who's trying to find herself in this tragedy between her parents, ganyan, parang boring siya. So, nung nilagyan nila ng doppelganger, mas nagkaroon siya ng laman, mas nagkaroon siya ng thrill. It kind of reminded me of Netflix's You na parang first person point of view siya. May nag-narrate tapos parang may marami siyang gusto mo sanang hanapan ng butas kaso wala talagang very tightly knit siya. Kumbaga parang sa ganchilyo, wala kang mahahanap na pagkakamali sa kanya. Yun. So, ayun, meron akong isang comment dito about Ina Raimundos. Andito nga pala si Ina Raimundo. So, she plays the mom of Elise or Julia Barreto's role or character. Ayun. Parang nasayangan ako sa performance na dito. Although, it was very unusual for me to see her again on screen as a mom this time. Pero dito kasi parang, she's given the, bombastic nanay, parang ganun. So, okay lang naman. I mean, aside sa, of course, sa Kuya West. Sa Kuya West kasi gusto ko siya kasi sobrang, parang yun yung mamimiss mo sa kanya dun sa mga ginaganapan niyang roles before, na parang yung mukha niya, it paints a lot. Diba? So, parang hindi lang siya puro sexy. Talagang yung mukha niya talaga yung parang may agony, may sadness. Ganun. So, dito, na-master niya pa rin naman. Pero feeling ko, since sobrang short nga lang nung chance na i-deepen niya pa yung character. Medyo hindi siya nag come out as something na raw or natural to me. So, yun lang.
IMU. It's available on Netflix, no?
Yes.
Actually, naka-queue din sa akin yun.
Mm. Sobrang bilis lang. Siguro mga 40 minutes ko lang siya natapos.
Ayun. As for me, I guess yung pinaka-recent na film, well, I've seen 2, pero yung isa yung nagustuhan ko, yung isa hindi. The film that I'm gonna be talking about is a film also on Netflix, no? It's called We Couldn't Become Adults. It's a film by Yoshihiro Mori, who also directed another J-drama on Netflix called Love and Fortune. So, We Couldn't Become Adults is about this 46-year-old man played by Mirai Moriyama, and he receives a friend request from from an old ex-girlfriend na that ex-girlfriend was very pivotal kumbaga sa kanyang formative years as a young adult, and it shaped the rest of his relationships from then on. And the film is told parang in reverse chronological order. So it goes from the present day, then paunti-unti siyang babalik. And habang tumatalon siya pabalik, there are some little details from future events that do not make sense until makita mo kung ano yung source niya. So, for example, small spoiler, no? There's one scene here where some dude may isang taong namatay, and then we don't know who this person is or what he did, pero nung nakita siya nung main character on a subsequent flashback, you find out na even in just a little way nakapag-contribute siya dun sa buhay niya in a positive way. And ganun yung film parang it shows the many ways na we influence each other unconsciously, and how these life experiences shape who we are. Admittedly, maraming doon sa mga reviews na nabasa ko, maraming naging emotional while watching the film. Pero ako talaga naging emotional ako only after watching it. Nung pina-process ko na kung ano yung gustong iparating ng pelikula sa akin. Na yun nga, parang you may not be like unique or special in the way you think, but that's okay. And there's nothing wrong in living an ordinary life. What matters is kung sino yung kasama mo while living it. Kung meron man. And yun, it's a nice film. It's not like it resonated with me emotionally kasi siguro I'm getting to that stage na rin na you're looking back at the life you lived, and marami kang regret sa buhay, marami kang gustong gawin na hindi mo nagawa. So in that sense, it worked for me. But although it's not the kind of film that works on everybody. So pero it's on Netflix if you want to watch it. Bring tissues kung kagaya niyo ako. Pero yun lang basically yun. All right. So parang ayun na, tapos na yung segment natin. Bilis lang, no?
Bilis nga.
That's it.
That's it na? As in, that's it na?
Di meron pa. Joke lang.
May gusto pa ba kayong i-discuss na anything before we go?
Actually, nakalimutan ko palang sabihin regarding Shang-Chi. Kasi baka mamaya makalimutan ko. Kasi with Shang-Chi, may diniscuss doon like the father wound. 'Diba? Usually kasi pag father wound, yan yung nagiging ano ba, impetus or siya yung nagkakaroon ng reason why is the character or the main character ay mayroong behavior or merong ano bang tawag dito? Not unforgiveness, but merong emotional detachment or sometimes merong ano ba tawag dito? Part ng past niya na ayaw niyang i-discuss, ganun, or unresolved past din pala yun. So, yun yung maganda with the film kasi yung father issue or father wound issue is thoroughly discussed, no? And yung pagiging absentee father, although he's present, yung character ni Tony Leung, absentee father siya because nalunod siya sa grief nung mamatay yung asawa niya. So, naging iba yung tingin niya with the world, kaya affected dun yung character ni Simu Liu. Yun. Kaya he ran away. Ganun. So, I think that's prevalent in an Asian family setup, 'di ba? Kasi patriarchal o kaya matriarchal, ganun lang naman ng niyan ang side ng ng Asian family when it comes to the familial aspects. Ayun. And yun naman ang I believe magandang na-present din ng film. Aside from yung mga fight scenes talaga is very magaling. Well, Marvel yan eh. So talagang when it comes sa mga ganyang bagay, they're excellent on that. Ayun. So perfect casting talaga si Tony Leung, 'di ba? Pero ayokong sabihin na FYC Oscar Best Supporting Actor. Baka
Wow.
iba yung sabihin ng, 'di ba? Baka ibang maging Although 'di ba napaka-long overdue na kasi aminado inabangan ko siya because of Tony Leung. Kasi 'di ba, alam naman natin, is very
Siyempre.
a collaborator of Wong Kar-wai and sikat siya dito as an international star or magaling na actor here in Asia, 'di ba? So very excited, although parang matanda na siya. Pero kahit matanda na siya, ang ganda pa rin yung build up ng katawan niya. Hindi yung mamasal-masal, but alam mong alaga yung katawan. Yun yung pansin ko with Tony Leung. And
Correct.
bumagay sa kanya yung character.
Correct.
Yun lang. Sorry, merong pahabol notes.
Okay lang yun.
Okay. Alright. may isa pa ako sanang pwede i-discuss na pelikula na hindi ko nagustuhan, pero kung gusto nyo lang i-discuss ko, okay lang ba sa inyo or next time na lang?
Go lang.
Ayan. O sige, short lang bago tayo matapos. The second film I watched very recently was Mahjong Nights by Lawrence Fajardo. Isa siya sa Viva Max offerings na if you know Viva Max right now, talagang quantity yung kanilang pinupush ngayon. Quality
Over
is
quality.
sometimes yes, sometimes no. So unfortunately ito for a film by Lawrence Fajardo, he's a director na nirespeto ko yung body of work niya. He's done a lot of very good films. This one starts very promisingly. May parang shades of Kisap Mata. If you can believe that. Pero sobrang superficial lang nun. It takes place in this parang mansion na it's this mansion na merong isang very rich na wife played by Mickey Ferriols. And she plays mahjong with her mga ka-friends in the time of COVID. This is during yung medyo paluwag na ng konting restrictions. So, pwede na mag-konting gatherings. So, kasama niya doon ang pinaka natatanda ko si Arnel Ignacio na yung kanyang friend. And then, meron siyang anak na si Angela Kang. Siya yung basically yung pa-sexy star na isa doon sa movie. And meron siyang kamadyong din si Mickey Ferriols na si Jamila Obispo, who has a driver. Yung driver niya is played by Sean de Guzman. So, si Mickey Ferriol, she has this very problematic, this very husband na sobrang controlling, na this guy is played by Jay Manalo. So si Jay Manalo, he's manipulative, parang kunyari siya yung breadwinner, quote unquote, ng family, but all he does is he gambles away his family's money, and pag kinonfront siya about it, parang nagiging violente siya. So talagang may parang may siya of control. And he also abuses his stepdaughter physically and sexually, itong si Angela Kang. So may mga scenes sila doon. And while that's going on, si Angela Kang and si Jamila Obispo, pareho silang may gusto doon sa driver, si Sean de Guzman. So si Jamila Obispo, may parang routine siya na, tara punta tayo doon sa van, tapos mag-jurger sila doon sa van. Hindi nila sila ng motel, di ba? Talaga sa papamasahe nga, ganyan, tapos mag-jurger sila. Pero si Sean de Guzman, nagkagusto din siya doon sa anak, which nakaka-distress yun doon sa kay Jay Manalo, kasi of course si Jay Manalo very possessive, very controlling, and it ends very violently for all concerned. So basically yun, hindi siya, meron siyang something, pero may ang laki ng pagkukulang niya in terms of story. Parang daming filler. Maraming scenes na wala lang, gusto mo pa sexy for the sake of it, na hindi ko naman na alam kong parang pinapasingit lang yun na, oy, para may sexy scenes tayo dito. And yun, no? It says something din about yung mga these parang rich to upper middle class families na they want to parang ano ba yung family dynamics within that, yung roles ba ng tatay in this family structure, na he's trying to, in the sense, parang Kisap Mata nga, pero Kisap Mata does it like 1 million times better, na he's parang na-emasculate yung feeling niya, na-emasculate siya, so he's trying to assert control over basically of all of the women in the household. And ayun. Kayo guys, it's not terrible. I didn't like it, but it's not super terrible. Medyo lang. Pero it's on Viva Max. It's a lot better than some of the other films that I've seen sa Viva Max. So if you're curious, you can give it a try. And I've also heard na na-modify daw ito from its original script. This was written by someone named Byron Bryant. And parang sobrang na-modify yung script na yon into whatever.
Si Byron Bryant ang original na scriptwriter.
Yes. Tapos parang meron siyang Facebook post or something na sinabi niya, so ang dami daw iniba dun sa kwento.
Friend mo ba siya sa Facebook?
Nakita ko lang sa share.
Parang shared.
Anyway, yun.
Ang bilis, no?
Ang pangit ng poster din pala. Sobrang pangit ng poster. Akala ko naman kung ano yung gagawin ni sa Mahjong sa gabi. Pero yun.
Wala lang pala.
Ayun. Pero yun, kung gusto niyo panoorin, go. Kunyari, naglalaba kayo, gusto niyo naka-background. Yun, sige, manood kayo. Wag lang may bata kasi may jerjeran na nangyayari.
Okay, nakita ko na yung post niya. So, wow, okay.
Okay.
Medyo interesting, pero ano nga yung yung movie kanina na diniscuss mo dyan?
We Couldn't Become Adults. Yung isa.
Okay. Ako may isa pa akong dadagdag, pero for na lang siya, for Q Cinema.
Sige.
Review.
Okay, sige. Yung napanood mo sa Q Cinema. Wow.
Press preview. Press preview po, hindi po screener.
Pwede naman nating panoorin ulit.
Hindi po siya downloaded screener, charot.
Anyway, yun lang. Si Princess yan, may pasabog siya next week. Charot. Pag nag-record tayo, we have a few guests then for the Q-Cinema episodes, and we'll also be having a talk with the filmmakers courtesy of Q-Cinema mismo.
Mm.
So watch
Yay!
out for that sa official pages namin. And yun lang, no? Until next time, and we'll see you
Maninibago siguro yung mga people.
virtual
Ay, sila.
virtual man or face to face. We'll see you
Yes.
we'll see you at the movies. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Yes,
Bye,
bye. Stay safe, guys.
We hope you liked this episode. Listen to other Third World Cinema Club review episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts from. This is Princess Kinok, and thank you for tuning in. We'd love to take this experience with you through our socials. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook as Third World Cinema Club, and on Instagram through Film Police Reviews. Please do send us a feedback or a wish list of the guests you'd like to have on the show through hello@filmpolicereviews.com.